Alright, hello everyone. Since I exited inside of an instance, it booted me out so that way it could save on, I guess, server data. So I'm out here now, which is where I entered the building before. I have several things that I need to do. Oh, combat proficiencies. That's the first thing I need to do. So this is how you first start doing your skill tree in this game. Up to this point, you'll notice that when I go to a trainer, I just have a very specific set of things to train for. They let me pick at the very beginning, when I make my character, what kind of spy I am, which you get 2 choices in that, but this is how you can alter it further. So I have marksmanship from the safety of cover, so this would be from farther away, 35 meters, 35 meters, 35 meters. I think I want marksmanship just because I like the idea of a sniper. So then you have 1 utility point that you can put into anything. So that would be really good. Let's do this one first, and then I'm going to do healing, and then I'll do the calculated. Alright, next. So, once I finished with this area, I need to go and get Coolio some companion skills. After that, I'm going to show you how to work selling stuff on the galactic market. So that's 2 things that I need to do. That's the body of the slave leader that we were interrogating that guy for in there. It'll be up here. I like how in this game, enemies aren't just scattered all over the place. Like, if you look around at Black Desert Online or DC Universe Online, they take a type of enemy and they just salt it everywhere, like seasoning. In here, you have the patrols and people clustered together trying to stay with a group. People guarding specific stairs and doors. It's much more realistic and believable, and I like the way it's structured here. It makes you actually feel like you're looking into enemy territory, instead of just, hey, a whole bunch of squirrels, attack these! So let's go into cover, check that. I need to get to a safe spot. Let's go over here.
Laporam amka, mamnikan, nagnaya mamni kamgam, naya namramkam, kala amka mani, lidikba.
Do you have any updates for me?
Manuk maraganaja, ki nawabam, yak manana. Nemgam gam gimia kekuan, abderna hanak.
I don't suppose he bothers you this much.
Emkanaya nukan.
Agent, you're to suspend all field operations immediately. You're needed elsewhere.
I wasn't expecting to hear from you, Keeper.
Watcher 2 is still your liaison to base, but I wanted to deliver these orders personally. Darth Jadis wants to speak with you. You will proceed to his chambers for an audience. You've met Darth Jadis, experienced his power. I suggest you treat him with respect and do as he asks.
I'm looking forward to chatting with a member of the Dark Council.
Of course. You will resume operations when this is finished, Agent. Keep her out.
Well, that didn't sound so good. Still, powerful men are the same across the galaxy. I'll bet your life that whatever else Jadis is, he's a powerful man too.
I still need to get a vibro knife too. One that's moddable. And I need a helmet. I haven't gotten a moddable helmet yet, so that'll be important. Oh, before I forget, there's the statue. You'll notice that statue looks like the Emperor, not Darth Vowran. You might have to Google Darth Vowran. That's Vowran. Vowran is a Sith species Sith. which means he's one of the red-skinned guys with tendrils coming off his chin and cheeks. That looks absolutely nothing like him. Like, that's a very generic Sith statue, so it's very clear that Darth Vader had absolutely nothing to do with the stupid thing being built. Also, Darth Vader never wears hoods in the game, so that doesn't look like him in any way, shape, or form.
I don't understand why it didn't work. I was meticulous with my measurements. Those slaves must be more fragile than I thought. The Quellu put in their water supplies, killing them outright.
Espionage is complicated. Things rarely go as planned.
True, but I had such hopes for this experiment. All my research is now useless. Oh well. You did as I asked, and your payment was not contingent on the results. Here, take your credits and go. I have a great deal of thinking to do.
These are important. You'll have upgraded versions of these throughout the rest of the game, so it's good to make sure you know what they do. 2 in endurance, 2 power, so they have the same stats. Healing an ally or performing an attack, 30% chance to grant 30 power. 30% chance to grant 30 mastery. Mastery is more important for a spy. I'm pretty sure power is more important for Sith people, but I don't think power is as important for agents. So let's equip that. So we're in the middle of the city right now. This is the market and the Galactic Trade Center. You don't have, unfortunately, a cargo bin on planet. I'm not sure why. But you do have mail, the trade center, and the mod vendors, along with some specialty goods and skill vendors. I'm not getting mod vendor right now because until you're level 20 you don't really need to. It's kind of a waste of money. Over here is where you can register for a guild and change your appearance. Changing your appearance requires cartel coins, so be careful if you want to spend any money on that. Mod vendor. Here's a modification station. As you can see, no lore object, so make sure you get that before you get here. Let's see. Don't have vendors marked. Speeder, special promotions, crew skill trade. So they're over there. Now, when you get crew skills, you can get crafting trainers and make your own gear and then sell the extra gear that you don't use. However, I always get gathering skills because gathering skills allow me to make money easily without worrying about making anything more. So crafting trainer, crafting, gathering, here we go. Train. I get 3 because I'm preferred status currently and was a subscriber. If you're not preferred status, I'm pretty sure you only get 1 if you're free to play. Now the other kind that you can get is missions trainers. I don't see anything here right now. Missions trainers allow you to send your companions out on missions like diplomacy or treasure hunting, and you'll get a small amount of rewards from those, but they're much smaller than just gathering stuff yourself. Okay, next thing to do is show you how I do the market. Now, something very good that the game updated recently was changing where all of your crafting supplies go. It used to be that you had to keep your crafting supplies that you had gathered in your main inventory, but now you have a materials inventory. So I'm going to find some materials that I have plenty of. I like to wait until they're over 40 before I sell them. So, red igneous, green goo, dielectric cell fiber. Let's see, this is enough to start with. What you want to do when you're selling items, look up the material, in this case green goo. Click on the unit price to show the lowest one. The lowest unit price for green goo is currently 500, which is unfortunate. It means that you have some new players who are just putting in what the default price is. It means that these several ones here are kind of lowering the economy. And if I had more money, I would simply buy these off, so that way I could resell them at a much better price. But you can't do that when you don't have enough money. So for you new players, do not just sell the default price. It hurts the market. What you want to do is take the lowest price, in this case the unfortunate 500, and make your buyout price less than that. As you can see, they left it at the default. That's very unfortunate. So I have 100. If I make 450 the unit price, that means that I just add 2 zeros. So 450, 00. That's not very much money. Again, somebody left it at the default price, but it's a good start. I forgot that since I'm preferred status, I'm only allowed to have 5 listings, which is unfortunate, but I don't have to sell these. I'll just put them back in my materials inventory. That should be enough of a start for now. We'll see if anybody buys these. I'll get an email or an in-game message if I do. You get first one message saying it's sold, and then another message an hour later with the actual money. I'm not sure why it does that. But that will allow me to have a start on this character's funds, so that way I can get a better outfit for her and an adaptable helmet.
Destination? Enjoy your stay.
Going to the Sith Sanctum, which is where Sith players go, but because I have to meet with the Sith, my agent has to go there now. As you can see, it's connected to the agent's headquarters, straight over there, and then this building over here is the Bounty Hunter's headquarters. I personally love the Bounty Hunter story the best. I find it the most fun, but then I haven't actually finished the agent's story.
They're scared of you here, aren't they? You come, you go. You're the freaking secret police.
The Ratataki must remain outside. The Master has not requested her presence.
Looks like I'll have to miss this one then. Real shame.
I'll meet you when we're done in here.
Sure thing, Agent.
Come, stand before me, and revel in the power of the Dark Council. Allow your body to betray you. Allow your blood to boil and your heart to slow. Everything that is not of the dark side will be purged, or it will be tainted. This is inoculation, Agent. This is a sacred rite. You are privileged.
The religion of the Sith is not my religion.
The ways of the Sith are the ways of the Empire, so it shall always be. But that is not why I summoned you. This is your due reward. You proved yourself by outmaneuvering the Hutts. Now I choose you to exterminate the dissidents who would destroy our way of life. I sense your uncertainty. You wonder why I involve myself in this affair, why I take an interest in you and Imperial intelligence.
I have to admit the question crossed my mind.
Many in the Dark Council hold themselves above the mundane business of the Empire. I believe this is a mistake. I believe we must spread the ways of the Sith to the Empire entire, plant terror and hatred in every heart. I believe in the democratization of fear. But these dissidents threaten all progress. Left unchecked, they would reduce our world to ash and raise nothing in its place.
What do they want, aside from the destruction of the Empire?
They want what children want. Unlimited freedom without responsibility. This makes them no less dangerous. Do not underestimate our enemies. They are powerful, and there are those who sympathize with them, people at the highest levels of government. I chose you for this assignment, not only because of your successes, but because you are an outsider, an alien whom your superiors disdain and overlook. Your loyalty is uncompromised.
I don't know what you're talking about. My species has never been an issue.
Watch those around you and trust no one. You will see the truth for yourself. I will leave Dromund Kaas soon aboard the starship Dominator. I will travel with 1,000 dignitaries, diplomats, and slaves, and show them the galaxy as I envision it. When I return, I expect the dissidents to have been purged. Kneel before me now, and I will ensure that you have the means to succeed.
With respect, Lord Jadis, I will not bow to you.
You do not wish to refuse me, Agent. Consider your defiance in the face of the Dark Council.
I won't be your puppet. Do what you will.
Then consider this a small example of my power. When you awaken, remember it as the price of arrogance.
Welp. I did. I actually did. Wow.
Please use all
At least he didn't
products only
damage
as
me.
intended.
I'm here. What's the situation?
This is Watcher 2. We're still working on full analysis of the slaves' files, but we have a new lead. Proceed to the Nexus Room Cantina in Kaas City. I'll brief you once you're in place.
I assume you'll pick up my tab. Is there a dress code?
It's a high-class place. Something eye-catching. Watcher 2 out.
Well, I guess we got some new pants for it.
Rise and shine.
They look weird with this top. I think that it sucks that we have to listen to stupid Darth Jadis. Like, I completely agree with Kira's opinion that the Sith should not butt into intelligence affairs unless it's an emergency, and trying to make the entire world conquered by fear is not exactly something that Hirith wants. She just wants to do her job. She doesn't want to make everything led by an evil overlord. They already have enough of that in the Empire. That's an interesting companion. I didn't know you could have a Wampa companion. I hate that he has a slave collar, though. That's really sad. Let's see it down here proper. There's another player over there. Oh, there's the mission trainers.
This is Watcher 2, signal established. I've tapped into the Cantina holocams, Agent. I can see you from 6 different angles. We're ready to go.
Give me the rundown.
So, Theovor Mindak is a genius inventor and entrepreneur working with the Radicals. Unfortunately, Theovor is being sheltered by the Sith Lord Grathan. Grathan turns a blind eye to Theovor's affiliations in exchange for weapon designs.
First Darth Jadis, now Lord Grathan. I'm starting to dislike Sith politics.
Watch yourself. Statements like that reflect badly on an intelligence agent, and all of this is on record. Dealing with Grathan directly isn't an option. He's involved in a power struggle with the other Dark Lords. In essence, he's gone rogue. However, Theovor's daughter Samara frequents this cantina. She has access to Theovor's workshop in Grathan's estate.
You think she's willing to turn against family?
We believe so. Samara Mindak is rich, young, and willing to flaunt her advantages. She's popular with the Kaas City elite, but hardly beloved. No meaningful connections or reputation. Our profile suggests she'll cooperate if given incentives. I've located her in a private lounge. It's up to you how to handle her.
If she resists, how far am I allowed to go?
No restrictions. Do what you have to. Once Samara's told you how to reach her father's workshop, head to Lord Grathan's estate. Send us anything you find on Theovor's computers.
I'm sure Samara and I will be fast friends.
Undoubtedly. Go. I'll be watching.
Sorry about the dinging. A friend of mine is having a headache for the 4th day in a row, which is really bad. So, it's kind of important that I pay attention to that. Migraines are terrible. I get chronic migraines from my dad's side of the family. They're so bad, they make the whole world blur. They make it so that sound and light hurt, that if you don't eat and get better fast enough, then you can't eat because it makes you see it all again a second time. And it gets worse and worse the longer it is, which means that you still can't eat, and it just cycles in pain. Because the longer you don't eat, the more painful it gets.
What good are Mandalorians if they can't escort a few trade shipments? It's not like we need them for the war.
Stop obsessing about the mercenaries, Oban. You wish you could carry a via blade.
You get vicious after a while, don't you?
Sure. I'm gonna go talk to someone else now.
She's a brat, but she's got spirit. Wanna break it?
And look at you. Enjoying yourself? It's not the worst party I've ever been to, but it needs improvement, you know?
I know what you mean, but things are looking up now.
Yeah, I guess. A military girl's allowed to have a good time. You are military, right? Not a lot of aliens walk in here without a chaperone. I figure you've got to be very special.
I'm not military, I'm from Imperial Intelligence.
I see. You're going to make me mysteriously disappear.
Samara, be careful. You need to take this seriously.
Shut up, Oban. I said I'm done with you. So, tell me, how can I serve the Empire?
I need to talk to your father, Samara. He's been causing us trouble.
Dad's working for Lord Grathan these days. Creepy guy. Anyway, if you want to talk to Theovor, not sure what I can do. He isn't seeing a lot of visitors.
What do you want in return for helping us?
My father's inventions made us rich, so I don't want that taken away. No government seizure, okay? I want all his credits, all his property transferred to my accounts. Seem like a good deal?
Watcher 2, I assume you're following along. Can we accommodate her?
If the information pans out, we'll give you what you want, Samara.
Well, okay, good then. We've got terms. Theovor's workshop is in Lord Grathan's estate. It's sealed tight. I'll give you my codes, but you still need a guard's keycard.
We're finished here. Stay out of trouble.
Fine. I have a party to get back to.
Destination. Enjoy your stay.
There is a section of this game that you can't see at first called the exploration missions. This is a section of side missions that you can't see by default. You have to go in here and hit show exploration missions. This will be things like ones that they've cut from the main game, ones that used to be visible for everybody to see. There was one section up where we came down with the speeder where you were supposed to stop the electrical tower from blowing up, and that got turned into an exploration mission, so now you can't see it. It just looks like a random NPC standing there. Now, recently I haven't been going through this guy's stories because his leads to a section of stories that takes a very long time. However, since I want to show you my favorite experiences of the game, and I do like this series of stories, instead of cutting it for time like I did with the mission on the space station, I'm going to show you what it's like.
I know of you. You work quietly and tell no secrets. I am the apprentice and voice of Darth Charnas. I speak in his name, and I would bargain for your services.
I'm listening. Continue.
I require individuals capable of gaining prestige in a society weaned on secrecy and madness. Individuals who can earn respect, if not love. I need infiltrators to eliminate an enemy of the Sith. You would serve well.
I serve no one. I suggest you learn that quickly.
I chose my words poorly. I apologize, but you are needed. Our enemy is the Order of Revan, a cult of fools hidden at every stratum of Imperial society. For years, the Revanite heretics have secretly recruited military officers, powerful Sith, wealthy mercenaries, anyone who can add to their power.
The Order of Revanites, are very important to know if you know the other games. The Star Wars, the Knights of the Old Republic, and Knights of the Old Republic 2. Revan was the main character and the protagonist, I suppose, of those games. You can play him a good guy or a bad guy, so he could be either a protagonist or an antagonist depending on how you play, but he's the main character that you play as for the first game. So the Revanites are people who follow him hundreds of years after the game has ended. Because remember, this setting in this game is several hundred years after Knights of the Old Republic.
If they're secret, how do you know anything about them?
My master has spent many years learning of the Revanites. Together, we have exposed many. Instead of following the Emperor and his Dark Council, the Revanites follow a long-dead Sith Lord, tainted by Jedi ways. If you can uncover the Revanite leader's identity for us, my master will reveal him to the Dark Council. His destruction would be assured. All you have to do is join the cult. I can get you inside, but you must earn their trust.
That's what I'm best at.
The Revanites have a secret compound in the jungle. Take this token to the cultist at the entrance. He will initiate you. Earn an audience with their leader. When you have seen his face, return here, and you shall have your reward.
So this, instead of starting at the wall, we're going to the next section.
Destination?
The Revanite compound.
Enjoy your stay.
Which means that we're going to have to do Grathan's story once we're all done with this story. It will take a bit. But I enjoy how it ties into the previous games, and I frankly just enjoy this mini arc in general, so I'm hoping that you enjoy it as much as I do.
Rise and shine.
Did you lose your way in the jungle? You have my sympathies, but we can't help. We have no food or water to offer. There's nothing for you here, and strangers are not welcome in this place. You'd best be going.
I was given this token. Does it tell you anything?
I'm not sure. Ah, you do have the token. Someone must have had great faith in you to send you our way. Welcome to the Order of Revan, Initiate. Welcome to your new life.
Why didn't you say you were a Revanite in the first place?
You must know by now that our ways are secret. We have enemies who believe we should be silenced. This place is our haven, built by the Master and protected by the faithful. Here we leave our duties to the Empire behind. This is where the Master guides us in the mysteries of Revan, the one who began a Jedi but grew into a Sith, and then something more.
Sith history isn't my area. Why does this matter?
We learn from those who come before us and gain strength from their triumphs and failures. As a Jedi, Revan was a warrior who slaughtered armies. As a Sith, Revan was a teacher who trained 1,000 dark apprentices. Eventually, Jedi and Sith both turned on Revan. But instead of being destroyed, Revan was reborn.
What do you mean, reborn? What was Revan's final fate?
Revan was stripped of power, stripped of life, of memory, and left to rot. And still, Revan relearned the ways of the Force. The reborn Revan destroyed Jedi and Sith, and came to Dromund Kaas. Although Revan's life ended here, the Master preserved that life, so that we may learn from it.
I don't believe this cult is just about learning.
We learn to be better, more powerful. Even though the Empire may not publicly support us, we believe in the Empire's ways. Revan mastered the light side and the dark side, war and peace. We seek to walk the same path. Take part in our rituals, learn Revan's path to greatness, succeed, and you earn the right to join us.
Then I look forward to learning.
Around you, you'll find your new teachers, Revanites who have spent their lives recovering the works of Darth Revan. Speak to them. Complete the tasks you are given. When you are through, return to me, and the Master will give you your final lessons.
It's not a cult, it's more of a discipline. The way people who learn very specific ways of martial arts along with the morality behind that martial arts and turn it into a way of life. It's that kind of thing. I find it very fascinating.
Come here. Come closer. You are among the initiates who wish to join our order, and this is good. But tell me something. You are here because of the Order of Revan. Are you ready to die for us?
Are you looking for a fight, old man?
No, I'm only asking a question. Consider carefully. For every Revanite must face the trial of death, just as Revan died at the hands of the Jedi and Sith. Death freed Revan, left him unbound from all oaths and promises. It paved his road to rebirth. Will death free you from your past?
One way or the other, I'm ready to find out.
Before us is a path. Beyond the path is a cave. A cave dedicated to Darth Revan. Initiates fall on the path. Initiates are torn apart by things inside the cave. But initiates who reach the end are reborn, remade.
You expect me to go to this cave?
I expect nothing of you. The choice to walk the path of Revan or to return to the life you left is yours. The path is here. The cave. The cave will be more trying.
I am not afraid of a little challenge.
Remember, survival is not your goal. Trust in the path of Darth Revan. We have nothing more to discuss. Go and return to me when you reach the end of the cave.
I find this section of Jormung Kos particularly pretty. Up there is supposed to be a statue of Revan. And I like the way these mushrooms glow. I think that they put in a lot of effort to make this planet darkly pretty, and I think that they did a very good job of it.
All those people, you know they're crazy, right? Trust me, I've seen enough cults in my day.
Khalil's ready to dismiss them outright, and they do have a lot of the trappings of a cult, but I think that there's more to them than that. I think that they're more disciplined than that, and I think that hopefully once we get through this, you'll agree with me. But considering how early in the game this is, how this was one of the very first planets that the game devs made, I think that for being lower graphic, lower textured, and all that, they did a pretty good job of it. Oh, and here we have our first gathering. This is for slicing. This is a safe. When you're slicing, you can get higher and higher grades of safes and earn more money for each safe that you open. You might think, well, you could make more money by choosing bioanalysis instead of slicing when you're picking your gathering supplies. And if you're selling at a high enough price, yes, you can. But it's also good for if you want the more immediate gratification of getting credits right off the bat, then slicing is good for you.
I don't like this place. I don't like being here. Do what you have to do with the statue and let's get out.
There's something stuck underneath the plate there. You unfortunately cannot reach it because it's underneath, so that's one of the glitches that can sometimes happen. I've never known what the ticking at the end there is. It sounds like a bomb, but I know it can't be because we don't explode. I hate it when people dress up their girl companions as slaves. So many of the guys do it here. There's more to the girl characters than being sexy. It's very disappointing.
You return. Dripping with the blood of the womb, you are reborn. Your old life, everything you were, all of it is dead, buried inside that cave.
Whatever you say.
You are free now. Free of everything you once were. Savor the moment. It won't come again. Tell me how it feels. Your obligations have vanished. Your past no longer burdens you. How does it feel to see the world reborn?
I don't feel anything.
There is no shame in that. When Revan died, the rebirth took many months. It will be no different with you. You've done well. And I'm proud that you've begun your new life as a Revanite. Choosing allegiance to us, first of all. Take this gift to guide you in your new life. It will remind you of what you've become. Leave now, and may the Force make you strong.
Alright, so the whole being reborn thing is a bit culty, I'll admit that. But I still think that there's more to them than that. And hey, now Cleo has her first belt. Woo.
Come, speak with me. Darth Revan appreciated all species of the galaxy, and so do his followers. I remember when I was like you. I remember my trials and the joy of killing in the Master's name. You're so fortunate.
I don't need a cult leader to tell me when or whom to kill.
Neither did I, but you'll find that killing as a Revanite is more fulfilling. I'm Ladra, once the personal assassin of a Sith Lord. I am now the serene protector of the Master and his students. I contemplate Revan's teachings as I execute intruders and heretics. But I also guide initiates and help determine their trials.
How did a disturbed woman like you acquire so much power?
Disturbed? I'm the product of Darth Revan's teachings and the Master's instruction. My mind is clear, as yours will soon be. Every Revanite's initiation includes a trial of the past, a rite to bind the initiate to Revan. Your rite will be very special. You will find the mask of Darth Revan, what he wore after becoming Sith. It's a powerful symbol of his greatness, long lost to us.
I have to do this to meet the Master?
Of course. The Master doesn't waste time with students. You must complete your initiation. The mask is in a collection of antiquities possessed by my former teacher, the Sith Lord Grafton. It must be freed from that heretic, rescued in a rain of blood and death.
What do you plan to do once you have it?
I'll give it a place of honor here in the compound, of course, so every Revanite can see it. Speak to Torun, our curator. He'll give you the spiritual guidance you need and tell you where the mask is. When your journey's done, bring the mask to me. Good luck. Welcome the peace that comes with serving the Master.
Alright, so it's a cult. Sorry. They have some good elements in it. They have some genuine teachings that would be much better for the Empire than what the Empire believes in now. But the entirety of the Empire is based on the Sith, and the Sith is also a cult. So, well, they have good intentions. They do. They're just a bit twisted.
What have we got here? I wasn't expecting a visit from any initiates, but you're welcome to stay and talk, in any case. I'm Torun, devoted servant of the Master and student of Revan. What can I do for you?
Ladra asked me to talk to you.
I should have known. I'm to ritually prepare you for finding Revan's mask, then. It's unnecessary. Ladra's devoted to the Revanites. She's also obsessed with that mask. Says it talks to her.
That's a bit creepy.
Ladra wants the mask to represent everything Revan ever was, but he wasn't just Sith. Before his rebirth, he was both Sith and Jedi.
I could tell from talking to Ladra that she's lost her mind.
I'm glad you noticed. There is a fine line between worship and mindless obsession.
See?
It's tempting to seek answers in material objects. Ladra will use the mask to teach that Revan was a being of only darkness. I don't want that mask becoming our Order's sole focus. Bring it to me. I'll keep it safe among a few like-minded scholars.
This is what I'm talking about. He has more discipline and he's more sane. He has genuinely good intentions. He's not like Ladra, who is obsessive and thinks the mask talks to her, which is very weird.
You're gaining something as well.
I'm not after the mask for myself. I have no use for it, except for what it represents. I'm sure Ladra promised a grand reward for the mask. I can't match it, but I can promise your initiation will proceed smoothly. Will you help me preserve the real Revan? Or will you let Ladra overshadow everything with a Sith relic?
The truth of Revan's history should be preserved.
Thank you. You're doing a fine thing. I don't have to tell you to be careful, but may the Force be with you. May it keep you strong and guide your return.
This means that now we get to go to Lord Grathan's estate and start doing those missions. But we had to come over here first.
Welcome. Please select
So let's head back to the wall. Alright. There should be a mailbox here.
You and me?
There we are.
Getting good.
Successful item sales. So I'm gonna get 19,000 and 45,000. That should be enough for me to get a semi-decent shirt, or at least a helmet, because I definitely need an adaptive helmet.
Hold your position, please, and keep your weapon holstered. The remotes are scanning you now. You check out. Sorry if I was brusque. We're on the lookout for anyone with Lord Grathan, and I'm sick of letting him stomp on my people.
I'm on Imperial intelligence business. I don't appreciate being delayed.
We've all got our orders. Look, stick around a minute. I don't know if you're familiar with the situation, but Grathan's a nightmare. The Sith Lord's gone rogue. He's holed up in his estate past the wall. He's got weapons, shields, and a cadre of scientists developing new tech to use against us. Grathan wants respect and authority from the Dark Council, so in true Sith fashion, he turned on his masters to prove his power. As a result, we have to put up with this lunacy. So if you're here to cause Grathan problems anyway, you might help us out.
Glad to help my comrades in the military.
Here's the story. There are nearly 100 men assigned to this sector, some on the wall, some watching Grathan. 20 are missing. My men. Practically my kids. Grathan stole them, and I want them back.
Why would Lord Grathan be kidnapping soldiers?
I don't know what Lord Grathan wants with them. Maybe he's holding them hostage just to demoralize us. Who knows? But if you're heading to Grathan's grounds, help them get out. Tell them to report back to their Duchess. That's, what they call me.
Duchess? You'll have to explain that.
You try making it as an officer without getting tagged with a nickname. I've got reports saying that Grathan's been transporting prisoners to another wing of his estate. I don't know if it's my people he's moving, but it's worth checking out. Watch yourself. Grathan doesn't mess around.
Right, and that is another hour of recording. So next time we will be heading into Grathan's estate, and we should have the money coming in the mail. So that will be good. That means that next time, aside from Grathan's estate, we'll have to complete the Revanite mission, and hopefully we will have time to get my character that full outfit. I will see you next time. Hope you're enjoying this.